Welcome to Talking Sense. I'm your host, Azrin. Today we have Easter from CapBay to talk about P2P investing. Now, for a lot of investors and entrepreneurs, P2P investing or peer-to-peer investing is something quite new as an alternative financing platform. So we hope you can help educate us on this matter for today. So before we start into it, let's just get to introduce our guest today. Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure, Asrin. So good to be here with all of you in your podcast. My name is Easter. So I'm with the retail P2P side with CapBay. So basically, I'm helping our investors to invest their money in CapBay P2P.
Okay. So I'm familiar with P2P investing as a layman, and I'm sure a lot of Malaysians are also unfamiliar with what P2P investing is about. So if you can you just explain what is P2P investing and how does it work in general?
So it's interesting because recently I just changed my phone. So I was looking back to my old photos. So basically, before this, I was working in a bank, and that was around 2021. So we have a list of asset classes there, and then one of them was P2P. So I remember that time I was feeling curious, like, hey, what is P2P, right?
Yeah, because like you usually don't listen. P2P is kind of like a tech term.
Yes.
Peer-to-peer in like technology stuff. So
Yeah.
in finance, very rare. So you were looking through and you found this P2P, and then what happened next?
Yeah, so peer-to-peer is just like the word itself, peer-to-peer. So you are funding SMEs, you're funding small businesses with straight away, just like your crowdfunding, but we are doing the debt financing.
So it is kind of like crowdfunding. So basically the people fund the businesses then. It's not through a traditional financial institution basically, right? So it's like direct in a sense, is it?
Yes, so instead of financing small businesses through a third party like a banking institution, we are doing it straight away through a platform.
Then let's come back to CapBay itself, because CapBay is a P2P platform, if I'm not mistaken, right? So how does CapBay's P2P investment platform differ from traditional financial institution? Like, is there a different approach? Is there a different system? Like, if you can just explain to us what that means.
So when we talk about the traditional investments such as your bonds, your stocks, usually there is a third-party financial institution managing that. But when it comes to peer-to-peer financing, we are looking at straight away finance. Investors get to straight away finance through this platform. And CapBay, we are focusing on supply chain financing. Basically, what we are doing is we are serving financing needs to small businesses in terms of their project needs.
In terms of like the supply chain industry, is that underserved industry in terms of financing, or is that like are they just like having a hard time getting financing from traditional investment options? Do you feel like having CapBay helps them in a way?
Yeah, definitely. Because when it comes to P2P, it is something that is supported by SC Malaysia as well. Yeah. So when you look at the financing in Malaysia, normally SMEs will need to go to the banks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the process is very long and in some cases quite tedious as well, right?
Yes. So when it comes to P2P, we are serving this underserved market who, let's say, we are serving them with shorter term financing. Yeah, and those SMEs who needs smaller amounts of financing. So normally these are not supported by banking. Yeah, but it is supported by something CapBay can do.
That's interesting to talk about, like which industry is supported, because like I'm wondering like what kind of businesses or projects that investor can expect to invest in through your platform. Like what industries are you guys serving? I know you say supply chain, but I'm sure there's more than that.
When I share about supply chain financing, we are facilitating the business financing needs from the start of their projects to during the project and until the end of the project. So we are looking things like project financing, invoice financing, and our supporting industries are basically we have funded over 20 industries for CapBay, but I think some of the main ones are like construction and securities industries as well.
And how has the response been for all these industries? Are they seeing the benefits more? Do you see more companies coming to you guys for fundings and everything? And then does that lead into more investors being confident and more interested in P2P lending or P2P investing?
Yeah, I think definitely because CapBay, we are the fastest growing company to reach 1 billion funding in just 3 years.
Yes, I think I read that. You
Yes.
guys managed to reach 1 billion in
Yeah.
funding, which is quite impressive to say the very least, right?
Yeah, we reached 1 billion last year, but up till today, we have reached accumulation of 1.7 billion. So I think just from this, the growth of this year compared to last year, we have seen a significant growth.
So I'm assuming the trajectory will be going higher moving forward then, which
Yes.
kind of makes me wonder, like, as an investor, the thing that we always look for is return. So what kind of returns can investors typically expect from investing through CapBay's P2P platform?
So I would say our average net returns up till to date is 8.3% per annum.
That's quite good actually.
Yes.
So I'm assuming a lot of your investors are very happy with those kind of returns then.
Yes. Yeah.
So can you share some statistics or success stories that highlight CapBay's performance in terms of P2P lending and investing?
So I think what I shared just now was one of our testimonials as well, that we reached 1 billion funding in just 3 years, and up till today we have over 1.7 billion funding. Yeah, and I think another achievement was also we maintained the lowest default rate in Malaysia.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite an issue usually when it comes to this kind of platform. So I'm actually
Yes.
surprised to hear that.
Yeah, so our default rate is maintained at 0.2%.
0.2%.
Yes.
Interesting. So, I mean, as an individual myself, like if I wanted to, join into CapBay P2P investing, what is the process for me as an individual to start investing on this platform? Is there like a huge process to go through? Is there high barrier of entry?
Okay, I think to start, because we are a fintech company, so we also want to make it very simple for people who want to start investing with us. So for those of you who are interested in investing, what you can do is you just go to download our mobile app, CapBay P2P Invest, or you can go to our website invest page. Then you just have to register an account. Basically, you just top up your funds and you just let the investment run itself.
Surprisingly simple.
Yes.
There's no need to visit a bank. There's no need to visit a third-party agent. Everything is done like digitally, I'm assuming, and you don't even need to meet anyone in the process then, right?
That's right, yes.
Okay, so that's interesting because like I guess the accessibility really helps in terms of like encouraging people to invest in CapBay as a platform, correct? So compared to other platforms, what are the benefits that you guys have?
I think one of them was because CapBay, of course, we have the lowest default rate in Malaysia. But I think other than that, we also want to make this our design of investing with us very simple and hassle-free. So basically, they just have to pick a risk profile. So conservative, moderate, aggressive, and then based on their risk profile, we'll be able to allocate their funds to as many notes as possible. So just imagine maintaining a portfolio of 50 or 60 different notes. Yeah.
So you don't have to go through all the process of like deciding which one to invest in, which company or whatever. You guys have this system that helps you auto invest in a sense.
Yes.
So all you just do is select, if I'm on a high risk, like just select high risk, and then it'll help auto invest for me, I'm assuming.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, so it's fairly simple and straightforward. So this is a unique benefit that CapBay has as a platform compared to others, I'm assuming.
Yes, and also another thing is CapBay notes is basically have shorter tenor in the industry. So we are looking at industry standard as 12 to 18 months. But for CapBay, our notes is shorter at 3 to 6 months. So investors can expect consistent repayments over the months as they invest.
So they can be assured that within the 3-6 months, they can get their returns
Yes.
consistently
Yes.
rather than waiting for a whole year or even more, whether or
Yeah.
not you'll get your returns.
And from there, we will reinvest their profit and principal into new notes again. It will be a very tangible experience for investors.
And throughout all this, all the investor has to do is just use their either smartphone or laptop and no need to discuss and meet anyone at all. I'm assuming.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that really helps in terms of convenience and accessibility. What I want to ask is, how does CapBay ensure transparency and trust for its investors? Because like investing is a big commitment, and I'm sure they want as much transparency, how much how their stocks are performing and everything. So yeah.
So I think first of all of our notes that the investors are investing in, they do have something what we call investment memo. So investment memos are those information such as what is the returns, what is your tenor, and the financials of that company, what are the type of financing products that you're investing in. So from there on, we are providing transparency and sufficient information for investor so that they know what are they investing on.
And all this information is accessible to them like however they want, through their phone, through laptop and everything,
Yes.
right? On top of the ease of trying to invest on the platform itself already, right?
Yes.
So essentially, everything that you need to know information-wise, it's already available to the investor when it comes to a CapBay's platform, right?
That's right.
Amazing. So going back towards as an individual investor, I want to ask, what is the minimum amount required for me to start investing? And who actually can invest on CapBay's P2P platform? Is there certain type of people only? Is there restrictions? Any in that case?
So for CapBay P2P, we accept corporate investors, institutional investors, and our retail investors as well. So I think basically anyone who is tuning in right now can invest with CapBay P2P.
Oh, so it's very like anyone can start investing immediately, right?
Yes. And our minimum investment amount would be 10,000 ringgit. So the reason for that is because the way we design it is because we see P2P as a form of asset classes that needs a lot of that is very beneficial with fully diversified portfolio.
So there is a bit of a barrier entry in terms of like amount required, but it is within reason, right?
Yes.
Because as always, the name of the game in investment, diversifying is the name of the game. So yeah, a 10,000 minimum amount is, I feel like, quite accessible for people who wants to invest in this kind of thing. So Easter, when it comes to P2P investments, I'm sure there are risks and challenges that comes with it. One of those main challenges I would believe is dealing with defaulters. Could you just tell me, how does CapBay handle a situation where a borrower defaults on their repayment?
I think even before the default happened, we would send out automated reminders and updates to our investors so that they can know like what is going on before there's any prolonged delays as well. Yeah. So other than that, when default really happens, that is where recovering effort will take place.
The investors are protected then.
Yes, so they are not in the dark of what is going on as well.
So if you're an investor, you don't need to be worried about whether or not the company is defaulting or something like that. So if you do invest with CapBay, you can rest assured that there are measures, there are procedures in place to ensure that defaulters are there's a process to it.
Yeah, and also to answer your question, when default happen, that's where our recovering team and internal legal team will take action in getting back the funds. So these are, let's say, legal action or a restructuring payment will take place just to recover back the notes.
And I think the number speaks for itself, with you guys having 0.2%, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of defaulters. So to close things off, I would like to ask you, are there any new initiatives or features that investors can look forward to when they join the CapBay family? Anything that's you're comfortable enough to share with us today, at least. If there's something that you guys want to keep secret, that's more than understandable.
Okay, sure, no problem. I think for new features, we are always working on new features to enhance our investors' experience. But I think something that's why we're always improving our platform. The recent one I can share, the new ones are like just recently we have upgraded our algorithm for auto investments as well, so that investors can have a even more diversified allocation, a more diversified portfolio as well.
So basically, a much more comprehensive system for the investors to join in.
Yes, and I think something, of course, something that we have launched as well is Sharia option auto investment.
Sharia investment is a big market here in Malaysia, I would say. So that is a smart move. Hopefully, it pays off in dividends in the long run.
Yeah, so I think this one would encourage people who wish to invest with Sharia, then they can also invest with CapBay P2P because we do have that option as well.
Wonderful. And if you guys want to know more about CapBay and its platform, where can they go and where can they find out more?
They can go to our website, capbay.com, or they can just reach us out to our investments team as well.
Do you have like a app or anything that we can promote here? Or?
Yes, I think maybe we can link it down at the description
so
below.
Check in the description. There will be a link for CapBay's platform if you want to get started investing. Thank you, Easter, for coming here today and sharing with us information about P2P investing. And for those watching, if this has been informational and if you guys enjoyed this, please give us a like and then subscribe to the channel.